Good morning to your morning, ladies and gentlemen, mamas and papas, and people everywhere around who are watching us live right now. Welcome to Talkshow number 7, One Man, Many Roles. Today we have a truly remarkable personality with us, someone who embodies the spirit of serving the nation and society in various capacities. His name is Parikshit Dhume, and his name itself reflects the diverse roles he has played throughout his life. They say a name has a significance, and Parikshit's journey is a testament to that. Parikshit, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Abhishek.
Likewise, before we deep dive into our conversation, let me introduce you to our virtual audience on Facebook and LinkedIn with your permission.
Yes, please.
So, Parikshit Dhume is a multifaceted individual, an engineer by education, a dedicated family man, and an active member of Bharatiya Janata Party (BJP). He has excelled in sports, volunteered for social causes, and held various key positions in the political landscape. Parikshit, let's start by discussing your various roles as a father, husband, and family member. How do you balance these responsibilities while serving the nation and society? Over to you.
Abhishek, it's about how passionately you want to, uh, how passionate you are about each and every role. How passionately I want to be a politician and serve the country, serve my people. How passionately I want to be a father and a good husband. All that matters, and that passion reflects in the work that you do, and then just leave it at that. It's about you can't live up to everyone's expectations, but make sure you live up to your own expectations first. That's
Yes.
why that's the simple motto or simple thinking that I have and that I live with. And yeah, just keep on moving and keep on delivering and keep on working towards your goals as a politician, as a father, as a husband, and hope that everyone is satisfied and happy with the work that you're doing. And there are no complaints
I
about
think
it.
that is where the crossing fingers come, right? That
Yes.
this is the biggest challenge, because at the end of the day, you cannot please everybody. Someone, somewhere,
Yeah.
some people will always be little less, satisfied. But yeah, at
Yeah.
least when you have a jar, so keep filling everyone's cup.
True, true, true. Yes, absolutely.
So Parikshit, if I want to ask you that if I ask you that add an adjective to your name, one word, which completes your personality, and that word should start with the same alphabet of your name. So what would be that? Say, for example, if I have to say myself, so I will say, hey, I am amazing Abhi.
I would say I'm a passionate Parikshit. Yeah, I do a lot of things. Whatever I do it with a lot of passion. And one more thing I would say is I'm very persistent. Persistent Parikshit was
Ah,
also,
that is.
because in politics, being a father, being a husband, passion to theek hai, but being persistent because in any of those roles you can't get immediate results. You can't please your wife at one go. You
I
can't
know.
yeah, you can't reach any top position or you can't achieve anything in one go in politics also. And with respect to father, it's like an endless tunnel in which you are just running, and how
Yes.
much ever you do, your son is like, no, 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 I want
Hmm.
more.
अभी बाकी है और
हाँ, मतलब whole day, even if I spend whole day with him, he's like, no, I don't want to sleep,
hmm.
I want to play more. मतलब भाई डाड़ा की बैटरी हो गई खत्म. Or he wants to do some other work also, but no,
Right.
it's like you have to play with it. It's like,
Exactly. So when you say no with wife, so I have some interesting questions lined up later in the end of the show to ask your role, and your compatibilities and all those things. But right now, what you said is truly resonate with what even I speak to people, and I'm very happy that on this positive note, you started with a very positive, affirmative word, persistent. This is one thing very common as a parents and as parenting when we see. So it's been 15 years I am coaching parents, helping them to grow with their children, you know. So I always say, they say to me that, you know, बच्चा बड़ा जिद्दी है, you know, बहुत जिद करता है और ये है वो है. I always say कि वो जिद्दी नहीं है, stubborn नहीं है. This is a negative tag. They are persistent, you know, and being persistent is a very good quality to be successful in any occupation, any profession in life. So that is what I always say, that this is something which we need to learn from children, how to be persistent and
Yeah.
focused, you know, and keep doing, keep doing, and one day you reach somewhere where you wish to go,
Right.
right?
Absolutely. Yes.
So that's truly inspiring, Parikshit, persistent Parikshit, I would rather say, right? Now let's
Yeah.
take a trip down memory lane during your engineering days, right? So you must have had some memorable experiences, I'm sure, right? So
Yeah.
are there any such incidences or some memorable or funny, inspiring moments of your days of engineering? If you could share with us, we would like to know those days of Parikshit.
So I don't know, it's memorable, not funny, but yeah, one thing that stands out about my engineering days is again it will resonate with the word persistence and passion also. So after our third year of engineering, I and my friend were just sitting in the canteen and like, what have we done in the last 3 years? You know, what have we achieved? Because engineering, you know that most of it is, you know, GT and ये वो and यहाँ से copy paste कर दिया exam के लिए पढ़ लिया. Every semester there are different subjects and you just, you know, 3 4 months the semester gets over and there's not much of time to acquire knowledge. So we decided that we should do something that will stand out. We should do something that will challenge what we studied in the last 3 years, and we will be able to implement that in the next year or so. So we decided that we'll build a car. We'll build a Formula One car. अब
Oh,
ये decide तो हो गया, and now this feat was never achieved in India, never achieved in Maharashtra, and कैसे करें? Idea तो आ गया सब, you know, but one thing is there. I realize that once you decided in your mind that you have to do it, at least in my experience, the ways and means come about. So वो दो का टीम पांच का टीम बन गया. और बाद में फिर we found up one of our teammates dad was an industrialist and he also gave his factory because his son was involved in the team. He gave us his factory for manufacturing of the car, but that was also not easy because like I mean we had studied everything, but bringing it to actual reality and making it a car was a big task, and it took us almost a year, a lot of hard work, lot of struggle, lot of persistence again. And ऐसा एक किस्सा हुआ है कि फाइनल सेम में हमको टीचर ने पूछा, भाई तुम कर क्या रहे हो, तुम्हारा तो अटेंडेंस 0 है, तो तुमको तो भी फेल कर देंगे. तो मैंने बोला अभी इनको बताना पड़ेगा. तो हमने इट वाज जस्ट स्टार्ट ऑफ द 8th सेम एंड वी टोल्ड मैम देखो हम ऐसा ऐसा कर रहे हैं. तो हर फेस वाज लाइक, ऐसा शॉक था, डिसबिलीव था, आर दे फूलिंग मी, आर दे स्कैमिंग मी, व्हाट आर दे डूइंग. तो नहीं मैम एक्चुअली कर रहे. तो आप लाइक कहाँ कर रहे हो, कैसे कर रहे हो, आई मीन यू हैव नॉट टोल्ड एनीवन, बिकॉज फाइनल ईयर में जो एक इंटर्नशिप करना होता है वो ऑलरेडी हमारी कंपनी के साथ कर रहे थे.
right.
एंड इट सो हैपेंड दैट हमने बताया सब क्या क्या. शी वाज ऑल अमेज्ड, शी इज लाइक ये तो मतलब मुश्किल है. एंड ऑल द प्रोफेसर्स आर टेलिंग अस आफ्टर दैट दैट ये तो नहीं होगा, तुम लोग को तो फेल ही करना पड़ेगा बिकॉज तुम्हारा अटेंडेंस 0 है, तुम नहीं कर
Okay.
पाओगे ये सब, तो तुमको पॉसिबल ही नहीं है ये करना एंड यू विल फेल. फिर हमने फाइनली कैसे तैसे करके कार रेडी की. इट वाज वन ऑफ द फर्स्ट कार्स इन महाराष्ट्र, फॉर्मूला कार्स, फर्स्ट कार्स इन इंडिया.
Wow.
डिबेटेबल है इंडिया का बिकॉज देयर इज आईआईटी दिल्ली आल्सो दैट वाज डूइंग इट, बट
Yes.
let's not go into that debate. फिर we
Yeah.
sent those designs to Formula UK, Formula Germany. They were so amazed. I still have those emails. वहाँ पे लिखा है उन्होंने कि it is so heartening to see that students from India are indulging in such research and you know other activities. We have not seen such activity, or we have not seen such you know engineering prowess before So we would kindly request you to please enter our competition. And ये
Okay.
2008-9 की बात थी. And we built our car at a much lower budget, and it was a Bajaj engine and everything except for the steering and the engine. We had manufactured that everything, the
Okay.
car from
Wow.
scratch. मैं आपको चाहा तो एक यहाँ भी I have the photo with me. I don't know if I should show you online, but we did that, and it was quite phenomenal. Everyone पहले जो बोल रहे थे कि नहीं कर पाएंगे नहीं कर पाएंगे, they all, in fact, our trustees and all also, we named it Indian Racing Team. uh,
Okay.
this is the car.
So let me make it closer. Let me
Yeah,
give you a
this
full
is the car
screen.
that we
So,
built. This is the car that I built, and this is ये जो है मिस्टर
wow.
ये बीच में. So this is the car that we built, and yeah, so it was all persistence again, because we wanted to do it and we wanted to achieve something against all odds. No one believed that we would do it. Some supported us. Everyone was against us. But yeah, but that is my story of life. Always swimming against the tide. To do something outrageous, achieve it. And I remember when the car came into the college campus, everyone was amazed. अरे इन्होंने कर दिया यार. They did it, and our trustee, our owner, I was in Bharati Vidyapit College. Everyone came to see
Okay.
the car, sat in the car. ये चलती है क्या? ऐसा स्लाइड करना शुरू हुआ, फिर वो चला के दिखाया.
हाँ,
All newspapers in the country covered us. दूरदर्शन वाले आए थे. They made us run the car on Palm Beach Road, and कितनी फास्ट चलती है, 80-90 तक चलती है, ये सब. We
okay.
did it, and finally we sent those designs to Formula UK in Germany also. And like I said, they were very amazed and again shocked to see that someone from India had done something like this. They invited us,
So,
but unfortunately, we could not build the car according to their standards. There we sort of
yeah.
failed, but because it was quite a high budget. पूरा पूरा हमारा जो कार का बजट था उससे 10 times बजट वो इंजन का ही था, और no one was ready
Oh,
to support us. Nah, we tried a lot. We literally without food, without water, ऐसा पूरा पूरा दिन जाता था. But
true,
yeah, it
true.
was a fun moment.
So I'm getting some questions, you know. So did they pass you or not?
हाँ, finally when they saw the car, मैं बोला यही हमारा इंजीनियरिंग प्रोजेक्ट बना लीजिए, because something like this. And they finally kept the car in the school. अभी तक है वो, sorry, कॉलेज में अभी तक in the
Oh,
मैकेनिकल डिपार्टमेंट में कार है. नाउ माय मैकेनिकल एचओडी मैम, जादव मैम करके हैं, शी इज बिकम द प्रिंसिपल ऑल्सो. अभी भी बोलती है आपने तो इतना अच्छा क्या कर दिया था. अभी अभी तक हम सब बच्चों को दिखाती कि ये देखो ऐसे कुछ
uh,
करो. It's been almost what I mean 15 16 uh, yeah 15-16 years. तो अभी हम
I
बताते हैं,
know.
बोले कि हम लोग ये अब ऐसे कुछ करो, कुछ कुछ तो कॉलेज प्राउड हो, ऐसा करो. मतलब तभी तो मैम सब लोग कुछ दूसरा ही बोल रहे थे. अभी अब जाके आप सब लोग ये बोल रहे हो. So yeah, it was, now you feel proud of those moments,
So
proud of the
I think
hard
you
work that
have
we
been
did.
a real life rancho of your college, huh?
नहीं, rancho नहीं बोलूंगा, but yeah, we
So
tried to do something different. Uh, uh,
yes,
Following the status quo is not my attitude. Doing
yeah,
something and achieving something good for myself and for the college, and utilizing my knowledge that I had,
yeah.
and being remembered for doing something good. That is that was the larger motive of that. Yeah.
True, 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 true. That is so lovely. You know, when you were talking about this Formula One car, and then you got a invite for entering in competition, and so my goosebumps were activated. And still they are. I can feel them. So
Yes, yes.
I
I
want to
mean, even
know.
then, yeah.
Yeah, I want to know like such incidents. If I tell you to count and at least give me a recall quickly, in short, tell me three turning points of your life and at
Hmm.
different phases, which turned you what you are, and like which you never thought, and then you took a turn, you took a turn, you took a turn. So any quick three turning points if you can share with us?
One was in 10th standard. Before that, I was very good at sports, extremely good at sports. I was like a team captain and everything. But I realized in ninth standard, that being that doesn't help, क्योंकि sports का कुछ future ही नहीं था तभी 2000 initial 1999 2000 when I passed out. There was no future
Right.
of cricket. I was a very good cricketer. I was a swimmer. I was into football, and I won a medal later on at university level javelin, and
Oh, wow.
also I was a university level football player later on. But in school and all, I was a very good cricketer, very good cricketer. I was an opening bowler. I was opening batsman. I was an excellent fielder. So it was an all round effort from my side. But I realized that that will not help me, and my mom also told me, was because we came from a very middle class background at that time,
Yeah.
and my mom said that this will not help, and for getting you admission in colleges and all, it will be a task for us if you don't study. And somehow that resonated with me, and as always, sort of mid-level or slightly below average, we बोल सकते हैं, student
Hmm.
in my rankings. But in 10th standard, when I decided that I want to do something good and I want to achieve it, I mean, I did well. I have worked very hard again, persistently and everything, because तुम्हारा marks ऐसे ही improve नहीं होते. And I, from almost last 10, last 15, say I came in top five in my 10th standard on in the entire school.
Wow.
So that I think was the first turning point, because I had a confidence in life about my personality and other things. But when you um, इंडियन एजुकेशन सिस्टम ऐसा था, बोल सकता हूँ मैं, अभी भी थोड़ा ऐसा है, that if you get good marks then only you are something in life. Other than that, वो sports में सब किया तो you are okay यार, उससे क्या फर्क पड़ जाता है.
उससे क्या फर्क
Now
पड़ता है, वो
things are
एक्स्ट्रा
changing.
एक्टिविटी है.
Now हाँ हाँ.
या.
So that gave me confidence in life in a big way because of the ancillary sort of ecosystem. Second, I would say was this the car thing,
या.
because it graduated, because 10th में बहुत अच्छे marks ले लिए, then 12th also I took good marks, so it was like 10th में अच्छे marks ले लिए तो science में ही जाना है, साइंस
राइट.
में 12th में अच्छे मार्क्स ले लिए तो इधर यू हैव टू गो मेडिकल, मतलब लाइफ में अगर कुछ बनना ही है तो in the early 2000 it was like, yeah, either you become an engineer or a doctor, or else your life is, मतलब you have not achieved anything in life. That was the
Yeah, you're just
larger
you're just
belief.
normal. Yeah,
हाँ,
correct.
larger belief, तुम मतलब तुमको अभी कुछ तुमने करा नहीं लाइफ में. And third, I would say when I joined politics, 2013 I joined. Again, it was a big decision because having no one in politics, having no idea about politics, I always knew it was my calling since I was 12, 13 years old, but still
Wow.
accepting that it was your calling and trusting the process. And in last 10 years, I've reached here without, I mean, politics में हम हमेशा बोलते हैं ऐसा कोई गॉडफादर चाहिए या फिर some,
हाँ.
but without a godfather per se, I would say I've reached wherever I've reached. Uh, and it's by the grace of God, blessings of my mom and dad, good wishes of all my friends and family. I think I've reached wherever I've reached. I don't know where I'll go further from this, but I'll keep delivering. I'll keep contributing to my society. The vision with which I came into politics and the vision with which I thought I should join politics, I will achieve it, come what may. I don't know where I'll reach, but I'll achieve that vision. That's what I can tell you.
Wow. So inspiring, man. तो वो स्पोर्ट्समैन जो होता है ना, ऐसा बोलते हैं, वंस ए स्पोर्ट्समैन ऑलवेज ए स्पोर्ट्समैन. तो वो जो
Yeah.
बॉलर और वो जो फील्ड का जो आपका जो पैशन था, आई थिंक वो टीम इंडिया तो ज्वाइन नहीं हुआ, राइट? लेकिन
Hmm.
इंडिया ज्वाइन कर लिया, गवर्नमेंट, राइट? पावर इंडिया.
हाँ.
सो
But I feel that अगर मैं engineering नहीं join करता तो I could have been. But वो ऐसा वो it's like a, my mom said that it's like a gamble, because at that time
या,
IPL and all were not there, and first
ट्रू,
class cricket just doesn't sustain you. And if you are
वेरी
a good
ट्रू.
student तो ठीक है, 10th में अच्छे मार्क्स नहीं मिलते तो शायद मॉम बोल देती भाई अभी तो यही कर, अभी तेरे को कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है. But fortunately, unfortunately, I got good marks, and then she was like, "Now you have gotten good marks. Now it's your choice." So it came down to your choice. कि बस आप
राइट.
करना चाह रहे हो कि नहीं करना चाह रहे हो, because it was a 11 players in a billion almost population.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was that way.
So I have a quick question coming in my mind, like with your turning point three, you just said, that turning point three was about, taking a decision of joining politics where there is no godfather, no nepotism is there with you, and you just came, exactly clean from the backgrounds of your family. There is nobody in the background, no. But you said right now that 12, 13, you could feel. So there was a calling inside. So my
Yeah.
question is, you have always been a people person, right from college days, right from your turning point two story and all those things. But finally, when you took a call, see, calling keeps coming, but you don't take call all time. So
Yeah.
finally, when you took this call, so what attracted you to become an active politician and leaving all roles at one step back and this step forward? So what I mean, like just like a football. So what made you play the in the with the front foot? Uh,
Me, that's what I'm saying. I always knew I wanted to be a politician, but I was pushing it
yeah.
away for at least a decade. I mean, 10
Okay.
10 years I pushed it. कुछ ना कुछ
Okay. As
opportunities
if
आ रही थी. हाँ मतलब the universe was somehow connecting me to any political activity or politicians or in some way or the other without any
okay.
I without me trying in any way. But then I was like, मैं कर क्या रहा हूँ? Because I was doing a job, I was earning really well, and I was like, I was not happy. I was not not feeling
Yes.
that energy. And
So
somehow
kick
my mind was always
kick
there.
नहीं मिल रहे थे.
Mind was always there. Mind was shifting, drifting at night towards there. And since 12, 13, when I actually started following politics, I did only two things because I was a avid sportsman. I used to watch football, cricket, and other things. And the next thing I used to do is watch political debates. And whenever I used to talk to these people whom I said that, universe used to get, I used to
Yeah.
debate with them. I used to interact with them, and they were like, "Yeah, ye to, without being in politics, without he, how does he know so much?" So one
Hmm.
time, I remember one minister asked me, तो मैं बोला, "Yeah, I want to join politics someday." So he immediately stopped, and he was like, yes, yes, someone like you should join politics. There's no
Okay.
two ways about it. You have to, people like you should join politics in all way possible. And then
Hmm.
I was like seriously thinking कि बस अभी इसमें क्या कर सकते हैं कैसे कर सकते हैं how do I leave everything and join politics? Is it possible for me to join politics without leaving everything? And it was a challenge because it doesn't get paid एंड क्या करे कैसे करे पूरा ये चैलेंज था सो लेट्स सी कैसे हुआ वो हुआ
Fascinating. Moving on to your current role, right?
या
With Bharatiya Janata Party,
हम्म
So you are a president of the intellectual cell in Thane,
या
right?
आई एम द प्रेसिडेंट
Yeah.
इंटेलेक्चुअल सेल
Yeah. So can you tell us more about this role and why an intellectual cell is significant?
so there is a backstory to this taken why the intellectual cell how the intellectual cell and all that so in
Yeah.
2018 there was this Sampark Se Samvad that was started by Honorable PM and Honorable Home Minister of this country Amit Bhai Shah and Narendra Modi ji. And it was that you meet people, influencers. Ultimately, elections के time पे all of them want to meet all these influencers, opinion makers, and tell them about the party and vote for us or influence people to vote for us.
Hmm.
Now, संपर्क से संवाद में मोदी जी met लता मंगेशकर, रतन टाटा, अमित भाई शाह met Madhuri ji and Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Similarly, all of them were asked to meet people, influencers, opinion makers in their respective areas. 2019, when the elections happened and all, there was a full-fledged role given to me. And I also love doing that to interact with because when you meet these people feel cheated, feel vulnerable because पहले क्या होता था कि you just meet them during elections and after that 5 years you don't even care for them.
Yeah.
So this cell, uh, the mandate for me by my party was to interact with these influencers, opinion makers, stakeholders on a day-to-day basis, understand their issues, party also wants to interact with them on a lot of issues, lot of bills that they come out, farm bill, GST bill, how is it being implemented? Do you have any suggestions? Environment bill का जो draft आया था, talk to people, understand their issues, pass it on to the party and the government. Similarly, they also have issues. If I meet Abhishek or any expert doctor engineer, he will not only give me sectoral suggestions, sectoral suggestions, suggestions with respect to the sector that he is working in, but he will have a lot of other suggestions also because they have traveled across the world, they have traveled across
Yeah.
the country, they have seen best practices somewhere, and they also feel that that should be implemented in my state, my city, my country, my mohalla, and that suggestion they feel good if it's taken into consideration in the first place and then implemented also, and that's how you convince people to vote for you. And that's also one of the good things about Prime Minister Modi ji's leadership, that we have led from the front, we have delivered, and then we have asked, what all can be done, what all. If you see Mumbai today, it's transformed, and by the end of this year, it will transform into a world class city. So all the
Yeah.
mobility issues, all the other issues that people are always complaining about, traffic issues and all, will all be solved, and a lot of other issues also will be solved. So, and solving issues, it's not like a magic wand. You can't do that. To create lasting solutions, you have to have good amount of time in your hand. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, as a government, you have 5 years now. There are a lot of issues in the implementation of those ideas. It could happen, it
Yeah.
might not happen in those 5 years. So a sustainable time in power helps, it has helped, and I am grateful to the people of this country, to give Modi ji a chance to deliver what was necessary, deliver what was promised to them.
That's so interesting. Very, very interesting. I always, like say, like you say, like Mumbai has changed, and it's changing, for the very good side of it. Uh, so I have my in-laws are in from Mumbai. So I have we live in Dadar, and they've recently shifted, to a very new building from Hindu colony to little on the main road side. And now, so my sasural is at 39th floor. So when I see from that balcony in the night, so it just looks like a New York City or a Paris or something,
Mm-hmm.
very different. So Mumbai, what used to be Amchi Mumbai and now what is today is completely different in many areas. Like as you know, I am from Bangalore, but my origin and I am actually a Indorian. So the way even the BJP government of Madhya Pradesh and especially the Indore Municipal Corporation, the way they have changed Indore in last 6 years,
Mm-hmm.
it is amazing. You might be knowing, you are very well aware about it, that this is sixth successful time, Indore has been awarded with the smart city.
Yes, yes, cleanest city in the
So
country.
yes, so there are I have been born and brought up in Indore, so I have seen that Indore, middle Indore, and this new Indore, and this is something very different. People don't spit, people don't throw garbage anywhere. People are very very alert and aware. There are different types of bins are there to throw the trash and all those things. So things are changing, and this new generation, the new children who are coming up in this era, I mean, like after some time, like we used to say, or our parents used to say that 1 rupees का चाय मिलता था, 2 rupees का समोसा मिलता था. तो वैसे हमारे बच्चे बाद में हंसेंगे, अच्छा कोई रोड पे थूकता भी था. Wonder, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the change which is coming, and I really feel one thing great about Mr. Modi, our honorable Prime Minister, that one great thing he has done among all many things, and that is, I think, one of the game changer, connecting youth,
Yeah.
connecting youth like anything, and I think now I understood the intellectual cell played a very important role in this, right?
I
So
didn't know, but yeah,
एक
it could
तालियां
have.
आपके लिए.
It could have.
Right? So now let's delve into your extensive experience and contributions, right? So Parikshit, you have been involved in several key positions in election campaigns, correct?
Yeah.
So could you share a couple of impactful experiences from your journey, just to name a few if you can?
Yeah. One thing that I would say is, So 2014 was a big year for me. As a young politician, I was in charge of Mumbai Northeast Kirit Somayaji's election campaign. It was a
Oh,
very
wow.
eye opener. What can be done? Yeah, I mean, लोग पहले कॉर्पोरेटर फिर एमएलए फिर एमपी और फिर ऐसे मेरा थोड़ा उल्टा हुआ पहले मेरे को एमपी की कैंपेन की जिम्मेवारी मिली and then it so happened that I worked really well, not to be very pompous, but I really did well. And immediately 24th April, I remember 24th April 2014 को मुंबई में elections खत्म हुए. So in India we have 6-7 phases elections. तो मुंबई में elections खत्म हो गए and फिर बाद में नाइट को मुझे कॉल आया कि आपको अभी 25th अप्रैल को पहुंचना है वाराणसी फॉर मोदी जी कैंपेन and to lead a group called as Modi Yuva Shakti and all. So I was very surprised. मैंने यार ये तो बहुत ही जबरदस्त रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है. अगेन वहाँ पे दिल लगे के काम किया वहाँ पे मोदी जी के वाराणसी इलेक्शंस में बट एवरीवन वाज देयर सो आई वांटेड सम चैलेंजिंग रोल तो मैंने मऊ गोसी करके क्लोज कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी वहाँ पे आई टुक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी वहाँ पे अच्छा काम वाम किया बट इलेक्शन के टाइम पे क्या होता है कि ऑन वोटिंग डे people from outside the constituency are not allowed. So we were asked to go and stay in कार्यकर्ताओं के घर पे and all that. एंड वहां पे मैंने देखा कि रात को ना हम लोग को बोला गया वहां पे यार पॉकेट में पैसा ना हो बट इट्स लाइक मान सम्मान मतलब बाहर से आए हैं मुंबई से आए हैं तो फिर आपको पूरा सम्मान मिलेगा
हाँ,
पूरा
मेहमान है
प्रॉपर्टी
हमारे,
आपको मिलेगा
मेहमान है
हाँ
हमारे।
मेहमान यस यस मेहमान नवाजी में दे हैव अ वेरी बिग हार्ट ठीक है ना सो एंड उन्होंने पूछा कि आप छत पे सोएंगे खेत में अब फॉर अस खेत में सोना इज अ बिग बात तो खेत पे सोएंगे हम लोग यस खेत में सोते तो वो हो गया एंड बाद में फिर ऐसे डिसाइड हुआ कि खेत में सोएंगे and then I hear that this girl is crying a lot she's crying a lot and she's complaining to her mother and her mother took her out and then we realized इसको रात को टॉयलेट जाना था and then so many days we saw uh, she making food in on her chula and other things फिर other things also we saw और फिर बाद में वोटिंग जिस दिन 12 मई 2014 को खत्म हुआ वहाँ पे लाइट चली गई तो हमने पूछा तो बोलते नहीं अभी महीनों महीनों लाइट नहीं आएगी अब ऐसे ही रहेगा एंड आई वाज अमेज्ड
ओ,
कि यार इन माय ओन कंट्री इतना बुरा हाल है एंड आई forgot to tell you the day we landed in Varanasi or Maugosi it was a decent type hotel and वहाँ पे वो बोलता है कि 7:30 के बाद बाहर मत निकलिए सेफ नहीं है हमने बोला 7:30 के बाद बाहर नहीं निकलना मतलब वी आर फ्रॉम मुंबई थाने 7:30 8-9 बजे तो हमारा दिन खत्म होता है
दिन
उसके बाद
शुरू,
तो हम चलते
हाँ।
हैं
या
तो इट इज वेरी डिफरेंट एक्सपीरियंस फॉर अस एंड फिर भी हमने हिम्मत करके बीच में एक दिन बाहर निकले वी ट्राई टू बट दूर दूर तक रोड पे कोई लाइट नहीं कुछ नहीं एंड लिटरली रियलाइज दिस एरिया इज मुख्तार अंसारी का एरिया मऊ गोसी का एरिया मुख्तार अंसारी का एरिया वेरी डेंजरस विद रिस्पेक्ट टू लॉ एंड ऑर्डर
ओ,
and दूर दूर तक गए हम लोग and we are 4-5 boys from Mumbai Thane region and we got shit scared and we came back but that was a law and order situation in UP at that time this is a 2014 की बात कर रहा हूँ मैं and
ओ माय गॉड।
2019 again I went because अभी एक बार रह लिए घर में तो परिवार टाइप फीलिंग आ जाती है कार्यकर्ताओं के साथ वो फोन करते रहते हैं तो शादी वादी थी एंड आई वेंट देयर और इट वाज 2019 लोकसभा कैंपेन आई वेंट देयर अगेन and I saw that the village is completely transformed. बॉस पूरा streets जो है वो पूरा lit up है LED lights. Forget girls, forget ये, but there are couples, there are a number of other people who are enjoying an evening outside. घर में गया तो फिर there was a gas connection वहाँ पे चूल्हा नहीं था अभी टॉयलेट जो नहीं था 5 साल पहले नाउ देयर इज टॉयलेट बीइंग मेड एंड वहाँ पे ठप्पा लगाया सो इट वाज अ बिग ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन एंड व्हेन आई came back from 2014 campaign and I heard Modi ji first time from Red Fort, I was amazed. I mean, क्या level की thinking होगी? We are talking of being a developed country and all, but if these things were not achieved, these things were not focused on. I mean, what was the point? Would we even have reached that point of talking of a $5 trillion economy? But the observation of that person, the level of understanding for people's issues was so fabulous that I was amazed. I was amazed that, and my understanding and how a politician should think and identify issues for the people completely changed. I mean, that was a big eye opener for me. And as a young politician, it made me open up my mind to not think beyond what is in front of your eyes. You know, so yeah,
Wow.
it was a transformation, I would say.
I'm like it sounds just like a some cinematic, plot,
Yeah, yeah,
uh,
totally,
on
totally.
which
But
there should be a movie, and you should be the leading actor to that
वो पता नहीं,
to
but
play
then
the
one
role.
dangerous किस्सा भी मैं आपको बोलता हूँ. ठीक है. 9th May 2014, I was in charge of the sabha that Modi ji was supposed to do, and I was very excited to meet him. That
Okay.
तभी तो PM बने नहीं थे, but I would get to meet the person whom we are working for, and so motivated that he should become the PM of the country. And we came down at night 4:35 o'clock, I remember, and हमको हमारे जो प्रभारी थे उन्होंने बोला कि अपनी रैली कैंसिल हो गई है सभा. क्यों कैंसिल हुई? बिकॉज एट नाइट द तालुका अध्यक्ष, द जिला अध्यक्ष ऑफ दैट constituency was killed in a car accident. Now we all knew
Oh.
how it happened and all, but Modi ji cancelled that rally and by road he went to that big road show that happened in Varanasi. So that was my
Hmm.
chance to meet Modi ji, and he mentioned that in the parliament speech of his कि मैं सब सब रैलियां की, मैंने एक ही रैली मिस हुई मेरी, वो इधर की थी, मऊ गोसी की रैली थी. And well, I mean, he's the only person in the who I have not met till now. I hope that my work is good enough that I meet him sometime.
No, are you
But
serious? I was about
yeah,
to ask you that how many times you and Mr. Modi had together, chai pe charcha
no.
or something.
I hope that day comes. मेरा काम इतना अच्छा हो कि मोदी जी रिकग्नाइज करे, बुलाए कि बाबा आप आइए. बट
मे बी
अभी तक
हमारा
तो वो
ये
मौका नहीं
इंटरव्यू देख
आया.
के शायद मोदी जी आपको बुला लेंगे. तो
बाय गॉड ग्रेस अगर हो गया तो इट विल बी अ लाइफ
that's
टाइम अचीवमेंट फॉर मी.
Oh, really, really. So something, like it's remarkable experiences, indeed, Parikshit, you just shared with us. And this, वो जो पूरा मुख्तार अंसारी वाला जो, मतलब, I'm hoping कि some of my Bollywood friends who are going to see this interview may take this script and, you to some big shot, who could, actually frame this entire into a movie and, picturize us. Let's see how it goes up, and we see the new Parikshit as an actor as well together to show the real
No, no,
side of the city.
वो कोई ये नहीं है. Being politician is the only thing that
I
is
know.
there in life. Actor तो कुछ scope नहीं है.
Yeah. So now let's lighten up the mood and change the frame. Okay. And let's get into the rapid fire round. Are you ready?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay. So ready for some quick questions, and I expect you to just answer me maximum in one word. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So favorite sport,
Cricket.
best memory from your college days.
I was chosen for under 17. So yeah,
Wow.
cricket.
One word, yeah, got it. One word to describe your political journey.
Amazing.
Okay. Most challenging aspect of being in politics.
Uh, Challenges, I would say. Yeah, challenges to convince people that you are worthy enough.
Yeah. Your biggest inspiration.
My mom, Modi ji.
Wow, that's great. So, personally, your mother and professionally, you see Mr. Modi, right? Ma se ma or ma se Modi. Dono ma se, right? That's great. Okay. So, great answers. Now let's shift gears and discuss your vision for the nation. What changes do you wish to bring, especially in the areas related to education, environment, and cooperative development? तो तीन बातें एक एक करके मुझे बताओ कि पहला, आपको यदि चॉइस मिले, आपको पावर मिले, आपके हाथ में सब कुछ हो जो भी आप चाहते हो, तो एजुकेशन में आप क्या बदलाव लाना चाहोगे एज ए परीक्षित धुमे?
So one thing that hurts me a lot is, the brain drain that is happening in our country. I personally had an opportunity to go to US. मेरा सब कुछ ready था. I had
हम्म.
applied for my, but that was अभी कैसे बोलूँ mom dad को कि politics करना है. That's another story. But after
Yeah.
my engineering, my mom was like अभी सब हो गया तो अभी GRE दे दो और you have done well. It's like 10th 12th अभी 12th में अच्छा ले लिए तो engineering कर लिया. इंजीनियरिंग में भी अच्छा कर लिया तो व्हाट नेक्स्ट? आई मीन इंडिया में तो रहना है नहीं. प्रिपेयर फॉर योर जीआरई, गो यूएस. आई मैंने जानबूझ के डिले करा, सब करा, बट आई गॉट एन अपॉर्चुनिटी इन 3 4 टॉप यूनिवर्सिटीज इन द यूएस. एंड मैंने I-20 केम, दैट्स व्हेन आई टोल्ड माय मॉम एंड डैड दैट मेरे को नहीं करना, आई वांट टू बी अ पॉलिटिशियन. So that was a big shock for them. So ऐसा. But yeah, coming back to the question, yeah, I would like to create institutions. I would like to create an education system wherein our talent stays in our country. Our talent utilizes the opportunities that are there in the country. Obviously, for that we'll have to create opportunities within the country with respect to research, with respect to next generation tech, which could appeal to the masses or the students. हम्म, और उनकी जो टैलेंट है, उनको जो लग रहा है कि यहाँ पे यूटिलाइज नहीं होगा और ये बाहर का देश यूटिलाइज कर पाएगा, उसको चैलेंज करके यहाँ पे उनके लिए वो फैसिलिटीज, यहाँ पे उनके लिए वो अपॉर्चुनिटीज क्रिएट करे जिनसे वो अपने कंट्री के लिए कंट्रीब्यूट करे रादर देन समवन एल्स. For that,
Right.
it's not about just education institutions, but we need to have universities also, like the Harvards and the Stanfords of the world. We need in our country. India was always a country with a huge or a big lineage of excellent universities. Nalanda बोलिए and others बोलिए,
Yes.
तक्षशिला बोलिए, सब बोलिए. But now it's time to recreate that magic, recreate that era wherein people from other all over the world would come and want to study in India, want to work in India, and experience the glory of India. That is one thing. And अभी
Wow.
इतना सब चल रहा है, बात कर रहे हैं हम लोग, सब कर रहे हैं. We are talking of startups. We are talking of companies, but rarely do we find any of our companies in Fortune 500 or top 1000 or whatever. I would like to have, or whatever needed to be done. I would like to do to make sure that the next Facebook, the next Tesla, the next Microsoft, the next Ford of the world should come from India. That is how we will be able to. It's a cycle. It's not just about. ऐसा नहीं है कि हम लोग एजुकेशन में अच्छे नहीं है. हमारा यहाँ के जो बच्चे हैं 10th 12th तक यहाँ पे पढ़ते हैं, ग्रेजुएशन करते हैं, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन के लिए वहां पे जाते हैं. So it is not that our education system is not good, but our education system is not delivering towards the expectations of the children that are studying in our country. It's
Yeah.
not delivering to their aspirations of the life they want to live. So that needs to be addressed. For that, these um, ये जो companies की मैंने अभी अभी मैंने mention किया, these are
Yeah.
companies that have thought in front of their time. Tesla आज के हिसाब से नहीं बना. Tesla started making in
Yes.
early 2000 for 2023. So not just India is already having answers for the problems of now. Like COVID
Yeah.
में हमने prove किया है, a lot of other areas में we have proved that India has the solutions for the problem of now. But we have to also identify, understand, and start working on ideas that will influence people in the next 10 15 years. So what I mean to say is what people will need in the next 10 15 years, उसको identify करके उस जैसे products बनाए ताकि we also have companies that are challenging or on the lines of Microsoft or like I said, Ford or Tesla or Facebook or Googles of the world. These these had answers for the next 20 30 years, and there's a reason they started doing it. And when the time came, people accepted that.
That's so great.
So
I would like to take a pitch in here and
yeah,
share my point of view on what you just said to me, to all of us over here. about what changes and what vision and plans you hold to bring the change in education system. I remember, like I was just watching this series, with both the seasons I completed a couple of months before, Rocket Boys. So, where I could understand Vikram Sarabhai, you know, and this another guy, Homi Baba, how and what all they did with Mr. Nehru and all in those times before Mr. Nehru and during those period. तो वो जो न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी और वेपन और उसके डिस्कवरी पे काम कर रहे थे, इन्वेंशन पे, दे वर ऑल प्रिपेयर्ड कि वो आने वाले 20 साल आगे के लिए अभी तैयारी कर रहे हैं. एंड दे वर ऑल प्रिपेयर्ड विद ऑल द चैलेंजेस कि हम शायद रहेंगे नहीं या हमारे जाने के बाद ये चीजें एक्शन में आएंगी. एंड दैट हैपेंड. सो आई रियली रिजोनेट विथ व्हाट यू जस्ट सेड, कि हमें आज नहीं, हमें 20 साल आगे, 25 साल आगे, 10 साल आगे का देख के उसकी तैयारी आज करनी चाहिए.
Yes.
सेम
That's
सेम
how
ऐसा
that's
ही.
how winners.
या
Yeah.
या सेम, like a Finland education system works this way. When we talk about education, so that is the only one education system which I really appreciate and admire, because उनके हर 10 साल में curriculum change हो जाता है. I think 4 years before we were in Finland, that time we went to Poland also for doing some workshops. And so फिनलैंड में जब हम एजुकेशन सिस्टम अटेंड कर रहे थे, तो हमने वहां पे समझा कि उस समय वो लोग अगले 10 साल की प्लानिंग कर रहे हैं. सो दे ऑलवेज कीप चेंजिंग देयर करिकुलम सिस्टम.
Yeah.
And the same way, my initiative, my issue and my work is all about that. I am building the parentech solution, not for today, not for
Yeah.
current parents, but I am making this ready for next 5 years, 10 years. So I am thinking from that
Yeah.
point of
Yeah.
view. So I am very happy कि उस लीग में जब आप सिलेक्शन करोगे तो शायद मैं भी एक होऊंगा कि चलो यार, ये आदमी अच्छा काम कर रहा है, इसको भी आगे लेके चलो साथ में. So thank you very much for that. Now coming to the second one, environment. So
Yeah.
what changes you want to contribute or bring into the environment?
Environment is a big challenge. Environment
Yeah,
is a big issue in general, and India is addressing it in a very big way. And India has all the resources. We have the hydropower energy, we have the solar power energy, we have the wind energy also to harness that. Now comes the issue of money also. And
yeah,
सोलार में तो हम बड़ा अच्छा काम कर ही रहे हैं, but we need to identify good financing mechanisms for wind power also, and also educate our children. हम लोग सब बात करते हैं बड़ी बड़ी, but we need to educate our children as to how to adopt or try to acclimatize to the new ways of life, जो ways of life हमें इस तरफ लेके आई हैं. और
yeah,
इस तरफ एज इन there is a need to reset the standard of living that we are seeing. हर चीज के लिए अगर हम लोग early 2000s या 90s की बात करें, we need not have had a car, we need not have had a bike to go everywhere, and all these things. So जहाँ तक हो सके travel on your own, walk, or go like that. वो एक इम्पोर्टेंट चीज है. एंड ऑल्सो इन जनरल जो प्लास्टिक वेस्टेज हम लोग बोलते हैं, अदर थिंग्स, बिकॉज दिस वर नॉट there in the early ages. It's last 20 years ka problem that has created the issue for the next 50-60 years. In the 20 years that we
yeah,
have lived from early 2000 to now, these problems have started. I remember earlier that time we did not have plastic bottles or other things in early 2000s and all. वो तब से शुरू हुआ. So again,
true.
going back to those lifestyles is very important. Understanding the change that we need to make, and not just say that we need to live sustainably, but living it actually in a holistic manner, and educating our children to adopt that, and understand why you need to do that is very important. And also live in coexistence with the environment. जितना हमें जरूरत है उतना ही करें, जितना हम लोग चाहें उतना ही करें, and not abuse the environment, or abuse overuse the resources that are not needed at this point of time, and create wastage. तो उस पर भी एक जरा
Yeah,
जनरेशन ने सोचना चाहिए. And I think these
True.
will solve the issues of today for environment.
Very true.
How
Very
to
true.
use the
And
rainwater that falls also
yeah,
very judiciously. रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग बोलिए तो ये काफी सारा पानी वेस्ट जाता है our ground water also will be
जी,
very sustainable and very replenishable when needed अभी ग्राउंड वाटर का इतना ज्यादा यूज हो रहा है कि you know uh, the future is very bleak for a lot of cities, so using water or using our precious resources in a most judicious and planned way, that is the need of the hour. And I think that's how the environment will benefit from the larger thought of it.
so true. Very true. This is, and I think this change is coming up with the new generation, with the Gen Z and Gen Z raising Gen Alpha. Lot of changes. Now we have very conscious generation who is coming up, who are responsible, and we see a lot of startups coming up for sustainable,
Yeah,
living, community living, organic thinking, and whatnot. So that's really great. We see a lot of good signs and good things coming up, and India. Is shining in so many positive sides now, and we feel very proud about it when we see our PM going everywhere, and just like Backstreet Boys, or or any big band, when Mr. Modi comes on stage, the entire stadium is filled up with, and everyone says India, India. So that, is actually, you feel that, it's your country, and then people speaking about
yeah.
your country. So that's really amazing. A lot of changes are coming up with the youth, and I'm very happy that I am talking to again one rocket missile energetic man, who is heading Intellectual Cell as a president as well. And I see a lot of good
Thank you,
future with you as well, Parikshit. Now,
thank you.
cooperative development. So, given a choice, given all the powers to you, what change you would like to bring in cooperative development?
So I would like to ask you what do you actually mean by cooperative development? What is your definition of cooperative development, and in what way do you envision it?
See, I mean, like I see when talk about the corporate development, I talk about the community, I talk about the how together, how coexistence can come into the place, how we can contribute and integrate everything in such a manner. Like for example, if given a choice, so I would like to eradicate the right to education, okay, and change the game in such a way that every school, okay, should have not only few percentage for RTE, but 100% students. How? First half, the school should be for school, the way it happens, but the second half, the school is not working. In second half, the school should work for those slums, for all those underprivileged children. The first half, the school and the playground and the equipment, the gym and the music instrument, everything what school has should be used for school children. But in second half, it should become like a community house, like a clubhouse. तो
Hmm.
सेम थिंग, और उसके डबल यूज होते हैं. तो ऐसे कई सारे कोऑपरेटिव डेवलपमेंट्स मैं देखता हूं कि बदलाव की जरूरत है. जब फिनलैंड कर सकता है तो हम भी कर सकते हैं. तो ये मेरा एक
Anyway,
छोटा सा कंट्रीब्यूशन है.
yes, absolutely right. But the challenges of Finland and challenges of India are quite different. We have
जी.
a population of almost 1.4 billion. Uh,
यस.
फिनलैंड has hardly, I mean, एक हम लोग एक गली में अगर देख लेंगे तो उनका पॉपुलेशन उतना खत्म हो जाता है उसमें.
हाफ
So
हाफ
the
ऑफ मुंबई.
yes,
नॉट इवन.
uh, Mumbai is almost 3 crore. I don't think they have a population of 1.5 crore.
या
I
या
mean,
या या.
like I said, one small area. If we think, I don't think
यस.
Finland should have a population of more than 50 lakhs to a crore. Anyways,
या.
so what I'm trying to say is, yes, we need to understand our issues first, and not get too very swayed by what is being implemented there. They implemented that according to their environment or their challenges. For challenges for India is different, are different, and we need to have an education system that is equal. And when
या.
I say equal, the quality of education should be equal. So, in a
राइट.
government school or a private school, whichever school you go to, the kind of teachers you have, the kind of equipments you have, it's only then that you will have an equitable year.
Yes.
Student structure, because then if you keep on ignoring the government VA, or government then should not do it at all, because अगर सब लोग को private में ही जाना है, the government should come out
Hmm.
of, which will not happen. Government should be there in education sector, and
Yes.
should deliver good education at good scale to all of them. That's the target, and that is how Maharashtra is moving forward on it. We are also trying to bring a adopt a school wherein billionaires should adopt a school and bring it to a certain level, with
Yeah.
respect to infrastructure, with respect to quality of education. That then only those students can get the kind of education which resonates with the challenges of the country and the state in the future. A cooperative environment की बात करें तो that is how our ancestors lived. Nuclear family
Yeah.
was not the concept of India. In India, we don't have a concept
Yes.
of uh, families helping each other out. Joint families, larger families were the norm at that time. That's how cooperative environments got built. Children had the experience of grandparents. They had the love of the grandparents. They had the vision of various wise people in their family, not just their parents. That's how their personalities got built. That's how leaders of today that we have experienced the family life. That's how it should be if you are actually talking about cooperative here, because school is just an aspect of personality development. A large amount of personality gets built in the society and at home for a child. So what he
Yeah.
sees, what he is doing outside of school matters a lot compared to what he is doing in school. स्कूल में तो वो करिकुलम के हिसाब से पढ़ रहा, बट द वैल्यू सिस्टम, द पर्सनैलिटी दैट इज गेटिंग बिल्ट, फॉर मी ऑल्सो इट गॉट बिल्ट when I was with my friends, when I was with my family, with my grandparents. What I learned from them, what I observed, uh, apart from school, that is how my personality has gotten built and is getting built. I try to impart that same to my kid also, to make sure the we understand what stories, the stories of our past, the stories of our ancestors, the good things that they did, the mistakes that they did. We need to
Yeah.
understand that, and generations need to pass on that message from one generation to another generation for next
True.
generation to get prepared for the future challenges. That's what I feel.
True. True. No, cut to Bangalore, like from 2.5 years, I'm in Bangalore. Otherwise, the place from I come and my family. So we are 20 in one house.
Oh, nice.
So that's, and wherever there is a close-knit gathering, only close-knit gathering. So there is a lunch hosted for 450, 400 people.
Oh,
So that is,
huge, huge family.
oh yeah, no, it's just a close knit. When I talk about the huge, the number will go to 2,800 or 3,000 people, friends and family if
Oh,
we include. So that is the and that is the beauty of having a joint family. That children, when their upbringing is happening, they see a lot of facets of life. They have to deal with a lot of people, and they automatically learn negotiation skills, culture, values, qualities of different people. And that is what I think school also do. School is again an extended family, where you are again in a joint family system, where more people, more teachers, and more co students are there. So I'm very happy that even you advocate joint family systems, and then being together as a community. Wonderful.
but like, even if it's not a joint family, there has to be a good amount of influence of the extended family.
Yes,
I understand because
yes,
of
yes.
the way urban lives are getting built, it is
Yeah,
impossible or not possible to have big families live in. यहाँ पे तो बैंगलोर में भी है वैसे ही, मुंबई में भी 2 BHK 1 BHK में मोस्ट ऑफ द फैमिलीज रहते हैं, उसमें पूरा
true.
सब लोग रहना मुश्किल हो जाता है, बट
Yeah,
having that positive influence is not a tough thing. Uh, Keeping that communication going with the grandparents, with the family, extended family is important. Should be the parents should take effort so that their children should mingle with everyone and
Yeah,
understand what the family feeling is. That's important to
true.
create a good individual for a good society.
Yes, wonderful insights, Parikshit. Now, before we conclude, I want to highlight the work we do at My Shishu, where we empower parents worldwide. That is the vision. Because I feel, for me, uh, there is only one caste and one religion: parents and parenting. So, on this note, I am working, and we would be honored to receive your blessings, love, and support as we continue our mission to elevate parenting to reach greater heights. So, this is what I would appreciate. Some words of appreciation from your side for my Shishu.
I mean, my issue is exactly what I mentioned in my, in our discussion now. You are pretty much, or if I not, if I'm thinking on the same lines. And that's important that parents understand what their responsibilities are and what values they need to impart to their children. And my issue is playing a big role in that. I can't deny that, and that is how the leaders of tomorrow are going to be built with a good parenting structure, with a good value system. That's how you're going to create leaders. Today, if you talk about Modi ji, if you follow his life journey, he has had a phenomenal family behind him. And I'm not just saying of his actual family, like the blood relations, but the relations that he built over a period of time, even after he left home to be a sannyasi, he's built a family out of that also, and they have
Yeah.
created him and made him what they are, what he is today. And the kind of leadership that we are seeing from him is just a byproduct of all those experiences. So good leaders are people who have good experiences in the society or have good values, good culture, cultural upbringings. Even if they have had hardships in life or their personal life or professional life, it is those values, those those upbringing that happens and the culture that is imparted to them. That is what helps to create leaders who will or are creating uh, the country or the society for a better country or a better society for the next generation. Else,
Yes.
it would not be possible because being a leader is not easy. And how do you do what they want to do or what the society needs or what is better for the country and the larger public? It is not an easy task. हमको सबको boardroom में बैठ के लगता है, but uh, uh, I mean, moments like or movements like my Shishu are important in the larger scheme of things to deliver that, because that is what is creating the fabric that is building the garment for the larger society as a whole. I feel so, and I'm
Wow.
deeply thankful for the role that you're playing and your entire team is playing for the
Thank you.
society and for Bangalore. I have seen some of your chat shows. I mean, involving moms and involving many other families, and it's a phenomenal job that you're doing. It's a challenging task. It's a very tough task to create that change, but one
Yes.
step at a time. I think, like I said, persistence. You are also a persistent
Yes.
person. So yeah, I think all the best to
You
you
won't
in your
believe,
future endeavors.
yes, with this persistence, behavior, or nature, and to take only one thing in mind, that I want to take parenting to greater heights, and I want to make it a lifestyle. It should not look like कि हमें जरूरत है इसकी नहीं. It should become a lifestyle. uh, it should be a fashion statement. अरे तूने parenting किया मैंने नहीं किया तो मुझे बड़ा शर्म आ रहा है टाइप कहने का मतलब कि हर कोई इस
Yeah,
स्किल को अपग्रेड करके आगे बढ़े. लाइक माइंडेड और राइट
yeah,
माइंडेड अप्रोच हो बच्चों को बड़ा करने में. इस सोच के लिए और इस काम के लिए I have left my family business almost
yeah. You told me.
5 years before, and I left my city of existence for past 42 years, and I shifted to Bangalore with only one thing in my mind, that I want to contribute a little bit for a better future world for our children.
Yeah, and that's
So
commendable. That's what is that's commendable, because that shows that you have a passion for it. That shows that you have a commitment for it. And without
yes,
passion, commitment, and persistence, nothing in this world has ever been achieved, and will never be achieved.
yes, and now I would say without passion, even and without Parikshit also, nothing will be achieved. Okay, so so thank you,
फिलहाल
Parikshit.
फिलहाल मोदी जी है वो रोल में, so everything
आई
fine.
नो, आई नो. सो देखो, आप तो उनसे नहीं मिल पाए अभी तक, लेकिन मैं आपसे मिल लिया हूँ, तो मैं ज्यादा लकी हूँ, राइट? सो so thank you, Parikshit, for sharing your incredible journey and
Thank you, Abhishek.
insights with us today. Your
Thank you,
dedication
Abhishek.
to serving the nation and society, along with your roles as a father and family man, is truly, truly, truly commendable. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time and kind words, and I hope that you guys grow into doing bigger and better things.
Yes. Only one question I want to ask you before we go for a sign out. Uh,
Yeah,
your wife is a doctor,
yeah.
right? And you are a politician and a and playing a role of a president. But घर में
Yes.
किसकी चलती
घर में किसकी चलती होगी?
है? Okay. When it comes to
It's a
deciding
no-brainer.
about
It's
your
a
son.
default. It's a default. No, deciding about our son, we both do it together. We have
Okay.
equal. Yeah, we always decide on anything and everything that pertains to him. And if I have some strong objections about something, she'll agree to it. If she has some strong objections to particular decision, I'll agree to it. But it's about give and take, right? Ultimately, what is better for him? We have a vision for him, and we might have different opinions sometime, but the vision for him is same. That is very important for any parent or parents.
Yeah.
The vision for your child should be same, and that should
Yes.
synchronize. The ways to achieve it can be different, but then that can be decided what is the better way or the best way possible. But having a
Yeah.
unified vision for your child is very important, and I think that is what we have. And for with respect to our son, we are very again very concerned and always on top of things, and we work as a team when it comes to him. Yes.
That's great. I always say there is three things. One is fathering, one is mothering, and one is parenting. So when it is parenting, so I don't see parents as two. So they are one, you know.
Yeah,
So when it comes to playing a role as a parent, you both have to be one voice, you know, and then only things go in a stride. Otherwise, there is a clash. मम्मी कुछ कहती है, पापा कुछ कहते हैं, तो बच्चे
yeah.
अपने हिसाब से रास्ता निकालते हैं.
मतलब it's the same everywhere, right? I mean, if one person, if it, in a company also, if the CEO has something else to say or MD has something else to say, or boss has something else to say and the owner has something else to say, or the person who's implementing has some other idea and the person who is employing has some certain other idea, then the final product it is always messy. So you should
Yeah,
take time to. It's my personal thing. You should take time to decide on formalize a vision that you are both okay with, or what your vision is for your child, or any other thing when you're working as a team. That is very important. And then when that vision is finalized, or that vision has a common goal, as I would say, then many things become easy because then everyone wants to achieve that, and there could be different ways. And when you're working as a team, you might not always be right. So you have
yeah.
to understand that also, and work towards it, and understand each other's strengths and weaknesses also, which is very important.
I'm very happy to hear, you on this note of ending note, because my coaching, be it a pregnancy class or parenting class, starts first class with a vision class. So we set
Yeah,
up a vision board, we make a vision chart, and we, make parents come together on the same page, on same table, with their family also involving into it, and we create a vision board. What all qualities you want in your children, and so it is, so it actually helps, like as you said, a company. So even as a family, it is one structure, one corporate structure where everyone has to
yeah,
have a common vision, and with that vision
yes,
statement only we can move forward. Wow,
very true,
lovely
very
one.
true.
So,
Thank
and
you,
now we conclude our talk show, today's talk show, with one man, many roles, Mr. Parikshit Dhume. Thank you
thank you
to
very
our
much.
audience for joining us. And remember, every role we play in life contributes to our growth and the betterment of society. So we had a very candid and interesting conversation today with none other
Thank you,
than
Abhishek. Thank you.
our Indian Formula Racer creator परीक्षित धूमे एंड जैसे हम सब जानते हैं कि हर हर और घर घर मोदी वैसे ही आने वाले समय के लिए और जो ऑलरेडी ये वाराणसी से अपनी जर्नी शुरू कर चुके हैं जहां इन्होंने हर घर में जा जाके वहां की प्रॉब्लम्स को फील किया है बिलीव किया है जिए हैं कहीं एक रात तो कहीं कुछ हफ्ते तो हम एक ही बात बोलेंगे जो इनके फॉलोअर्स इनको बोलते हैं चाहने वाले इनको बोलते हैं कि घर घर घूमे परीक्षित धूमे on this note,
Thank you,
salam,
Abhishek. Thank you very much.
namaste, and see you somewhere together.
Thank you. Thank you. Good day.
Bye bye. Thank you very much. We already having a good day talking to you. You already made our
Thank you.
day, wonderful and great. Namaste and thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Abhishek.
you, everyone.
Thank you.